Neuschwanstein is a 19th century historicist palace. It was commissioned by King Ludwig II of Bavaria as a retreat and in honour of his beloved composer Richard Wagner. Ludwig actually chose to pay for the palace out of his own personal fortune. They started building it in 1869, but it was unfortunately never fully completed. Shortly after Ludwig's death in 1886, the castle was opened to the public. And since then, more than 61 million people have visited the castle. In the summer months, they can have up to as many as 6,000 visitors per day. Neuschwanstein embodies both the architectural fashion known as Castle Romanticism, or Bergen Romantik, and King Ludwig's enthusiasm for the operas of Richard Wagner. Ludwig wanted to build a private refuge in the familiar landscape far from the capital of Munich so that he could live out his idea of the Middle Ages. In a letter to Wagner in May of 1868, Ludwig said, "It is my intention to rebuild the old castle ruin of Hohenschwangau near the Pullet Gorge in the authentic style of the old German knights' castles, and I must confess to you that I am looking forward very much to living there one day. You know the revered guest I would like to accommodate there. The location is one of the most beautiful to be found, holy and unapproachable, a worthy temple for the divine friend who has brought salvation and true blessing to the world." For about 20 years, the construction site was the principal employer in the region. In 1880, about 200 craftsmen were occupied at the site, not counting suppliers and other persons indirectly involved in the construction. Despite still being a building site, Ludwig stayed at the palace multiple times. He spent a total of 172 days living there.
Look at the little dog walking on the wall. So cute. Well, it's not a little dog. Big dog. So we stopped for a little drink stop and we're having a beer. Have you noticed that basically all we do is drink beer? When in Germany, you know. And then, hello Simon.
Hello.
Are you drinking another Weizen?
Yep, another Weizen.
You loving your life? He's just spilt beer all over himself, and he's not even had one beer. Terrible. And then we're going to, walk up to Hohenschwangau, and we're going to go for our tour. So we're now at Hohenschwangau. This is a childhood home. I mean, it's a pretty ornate home of King Ludwig II. We're actually here quite early because it said it would take longer to get up the hill than it did. But yes, it's very pretty. Very yellow. Can you imagine just, you know, this being your home? Wow. Especially, okay, so you've got to imagine the car park would not have been there. So this is the view from the palace gardens. don't know if you can see, but there are people on the boats on the lake. I wonder if you can pay to go for a little boat ride. Why don't you know, Simon? Useless. Very... It's not quite as tall as Neuschwanstein. It's very pretty. And it almost has, the actual castle has a sort of Spanish, Mediterranean feel to it. What do you think?
Well, I highly doubt that Domenico
Quaglio was German. Possibly not.
It may surprise you all to find out that Domenico Quaglio was actually German. I know, I was shocked too. But he was the second son of Giuseppe Quaglio and part of the large Quaglio pedigree of Italian artists involved in architecture, indoor fresco decoration and scenography for the court theatres. The present-day Hohenschwangau castle was first mentioned in 1397, though under the name of Schwanstein. Maximilian II of Bavaria, Ludwig's father, acquired the now ruined building in 1833. The reconstruction began almost immediately and continued until Domenico Quaglio's death in 1837. Hohenschwangau was the official summer and hunting residence of Maximilian, his wife Marie of Prussia, and their two sons Ludwig and Otto. The young princes spent many of their adolescent years here. I wish I'd spent my childhood here. Queen Marie loved to hike in the mountains, so she created an alpine garden with plants gathered from all over the Alps. Queen Marie outlived her son Ludwig by 3 years. After her death in 1889, her brother-in-law, Prince Regent Luitpold of Bavaria, lived on the 3rd floor of the main building. He was responsible for the electrification of the building in 1905 and the installation of an electric elevator as he couldn't use the steps. He died in 1912, and the palace was opened as a museum during the following year.
So this would have been the bathroom. Very ornate bath, isn't it? Is it marble, I think? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh. Fancy. And it's on the outside. I mean, there's 2 archways, so they must go into the castle, but nice view. Nice view from your bath. I'd have a bath every day if I had that view. Finished our tour of Hohenschwangau. Unfortunately, we couldn't take any pictures, so I'm going to hunt some down on the internet and I will put them on at the end of the video and I will tell you about the rooms. So we've come back to Fusen because we're having Italian tonight. And look at that door. And the really great thing is it's on Franziskanergasse. And Franziska is the German version of my name. So we have this cute little door. on Franziskanergasse. Woo! We have our first litre of beer. We decided to come back to the little medieval tavern type place. And so here we go. Here we go. Prost. So we're at an Italian tonight. We're having bruschetta at the moment, and it's very tasty. Mum's having a radler, which is a shandy, so beer and lemonade. I'm having a Hell's, which is my, go-to. So this is the food tonight. I've got the Allgäu penny, which is penny pasta with bacon and Pfifferlinger or chanterelle mushrooms. Oh, it looks so good. Mixed salad, and Simon's got a pizza salami, which looks tasty. And then Mum has the lasagna, which looks very nice. Yum, yum, yum.